The Bank of Ghana is now purchasing more gold from gold mining companies in the country to change the country's reserve currency from the US dollar to gold to help strengthen the cedi currency without increasing inflation.
The Bank of Ghana will soon start purchasing gold from the local market to help shore up its reserves. The move has been described as historic as it marks the first time the central bank is embarking on domestic gold purchasing.
Now, Newmont Ghana has indicated its commitment to partnering the government to drive improvements in the country's economic programs. This follows successful sale of 3,500 ounces of gold to the Bank of Ghana in its first ever domestic gold purchasing program launched in June 2021. This made the gold mining giant the first mining company to respond to the central bank's initiative, which is a very significant milestone in the fiscal history of the country.
This event is indeed historic as it marks the first time the Bank of Ghana is embarking on a domestic gold purchasing to augment our foreign reserves, with a view to doubling our gold holdings in our foreign exchange reserves portfolio. Through this program, the Bank of Ghana expects to double its gold holdings in the next 5 years.
So in this video, we would like to share with you what a reserve currency is, why the US dollar became the world's dominant reserve currency among other currencies like the euro, the yen, and the British pound. And again, why the Bank of Ghana is purchasing more gold from gold mining companies in the country to change the country's reserve currency from the US dollar to gold. But before we start everything, please support us by liking this video and also subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for liking. Now let's get into it. A reserve currency is a large quantity of currency maintained by the central banks and other major financial institutions to prepare for investment, transactions, and international debt obligations, or to influence their domestic exchange rates. A large percentage of commodities such as gold and oil are priced in the reserve currency. Therefore, other countries hold reserve currency to pay for these goods. The US dollar is one of the world's strongest currency. It is the official currency of the United States and several other countries. But the US dollar has a deep-rooted history, but in this video we are not here for that, but rather we are here for why it became the world's dominant reserve currency. The United Kingdom's pound sterling was the primary reserve currency of the world in the 19th century, and at that time currencies were linked to gold. However, by the middle of the 20th century, the United States dollar became the world's dominant reserve currency, and it became the world reserve currency because of the Second World War. The Second World War was a global war that lasted from 1939 to 1945. It involved the vast majority of the world's countries, including all the great powers, forming two opposing military alliances. So, before the United States entered the war, they served as the Allies' main supplier of weapons and other goods, just like how they are doing in Ukraine today. So, after the war, most countries paid back the weapons and other things they received from the United States, and the payment was in gold, which makes the United States the owner of the most of the world's gold by the end of the war. So, in 1944, delegates from 44 allied countries met at Bretton Woods to come up with a system to manage foreign exchange that will not disadvantage any country. The delegation decided that the world's currencies would no longer be linked to gold as it was before the war, but now could be pegged to the US dollar because the dollar was linked to gold. This agreement came to be known as the Bretton Woods Agreement. So instead of gold reserve, other countries accumulated reserves of US dollars. And to date, the US dollar has remain the world's reserve currency. But a survey from the World Gold Council shows that 57 central banks are now adding more and more gold to their foreign reserves, and the Bank of Ghana is one of them, because there are many other currencies that could replace the US dollar as the the next global reserve currency very soon. Currencies like the euro is the most used reserve after the US dollar and could replace the dollar if economic conditions move in its favor. But the European Union does not have a central treasury unit, which can make things difficult for them. And again, the Chinese yuan could surpass the dollar because that is the goal of the country's leaders, and they are very keen on that. So now let's talk about why Ghana is purchasing more gold from gold mining companies in the country to change the country's reserve to gold. Ghana is currently the leading African gold producing country and sixth in the world. Last year alone, the country produced over 117 tons of gold, but the country does not have enough gold reserve because they ship all the gold they mine in the country to other countries. But now, the Ghana Economic Management Team, which is led by the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Bank of Ghana, the Ghana Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, the Ghana Minerals Commission, and the Precious Mineral Marketing Company, PMMC, have developed something called Bank of Ghana Gold Purchase Program. And this program will allow the Bank of Ghana to purchase a portion of gold output from mining companies continuously at the world market prices, but they will make the payment in cedis. This will represent an important and sustainable addition to Ghana's foreign exchange reserve over time, and it will also strengthen the balance of payments. The Bank of Ghana will have a strong reserve position of their local cedi currency without increasing inflation as the country is witnessing today. So let's hear something small from the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding that Ghana is one of the largest producers of gold in the world, and we have been so for almost 100 years, notwithstanding that, at the end, Ghana's reserves of gold at the central bank, we this largest producer of gold, notwithstanding that, Ghana's reserves of gold at the central bank at the end of 2021 was only 8.7 kilograms.
Wow.
That is our quantum of gold reserves.
That's a good news.
And it is against this background that the Bank of Ghana started a gold purchase program from has started a gold purchase program from gold producers to build up its foreign exchange reserves. To enhance this gold purchase program, government is implementing a new policy, which is already backed by law. And under this new policy, the Bank of Ghana, the central bank, will have the first right of refusal for all gold mined in Ghana. We will have the first right of refusal. The law says if you mine gold, we can buy it off you. And so the central bank will have the first right of refusal, and the central bank will purchase the gold at world market prices, and the mining companies will export the portion that is not purchased by the central bank. This is a very, very important policy. Ultimately, once we accumulate enough gold, our future borrowing and our currency can be backed by gold. This will stabilize the cedi in the long term. We must also deepen our industrialization through value addition to gold. Even though Ghana has 2 gold refineries, none has the London Bullion Market Association certification.
That's good news.
And this limits our full participation in the gold value chain. We will urgently work towards LBMA certification for our refineries in the next few years.
Thank you very much for watching this episode. Please let us know your thoughts and suggestions inside the comment section below. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Please subscribe, like, have a joyful life, and see you in our next